Hello. Hello, guys. Hello. Please do let me know if I'm audible or not. Hello. Hey guys, so what's up? In this we will be trying to solve few lead code questions to improve our practice. To improve our knowledge on strings, basically. All right. So let's see what is there that we can solve. All right. So we'll be going question by question and we'll be trying to solve as many as we can. All right. So let's start with the first one. All right. Remove outermost parentheses. All right. Let's wait for a few more people to join. Then we can get started. Okay. So I think we can start with the first question that we're going to solve. All right. So here is the first question. All right. Remove outermost parentheses. All right. So a valid parentheses string is either empty or it can be a combination of them. Okay. Basically, you can have open and close parentheses together. All right. What you're supposed to do is that you're supposed to remove the outermost parentheses from this. All right. So let me get that cleared up right now. So basically, say for example, you have something like this, right? Now, if you see, you have one pair of parentheses over here. All right. Then apart from that, you also have one pair of parentheses right here. Then you have one big pair of parentheses that is enclosing both of them, right? You have the big two parentheses over here. So you can remove that, right? You remove that and you append the inside contents to an array called answer, for example. All right. Now after that, let's go to the next section. We have a parentheses over here, right? You also have a bigger pair of parentheses that surrounds them over here, right? So what can you do? You can basically remove this outer pair right here. All right. Now if you do that, you are left with this parentheses pair, which you can also add to your answer. Okay. So your answer will basically look like this, and that is what your output should be like. All right. So now let's basically see as to how we can solve this. All right. Okay. Okay, let's move on to our whiteboard and let's see how we can solve this problem. All right. Okay, so let's think about this. All right. Let's say, for example, you have, I'll just take one simple example for now. You can change it up later. All right. Say, for example, that you have parentheses like this. All right. Like this. So in case your parentheses are like this, what must your answer be? Basically, you should remove the outermost parentheses there, and your answer should just be this one, right? Because basically what you do, you remove these parentheses and you only get the inside one as your answer, right? As simple as that. Now how does this work? Okay, this works when you calculate the depth of each parentheses. All right, so basically you will be given a string. Okay, your string is this big value you have along with these two parentheses inside of it. Okay, all right, you have to calculate the depth of each parentheses you find. So parentheses will always occur in pairs, right? Because they are balanced. You won't have to worry about invalid parentheses over here. All right. So say for example, you see an open parentheses. All right. You will have a variable called opened. Okay. You'll have a variable called opened. Initially it will be 0. Okay. When you see an open parentheses, what will you do? You will basically add 1 to this. So now the value of open will be 1. Alright, that means we went into our first layer, or basically depth 1, because you only came across one parenthesis as of now. Right. We'll move forward. Okay, we'll move forward to the next one, that is this one. Even this is an open parenthesis, right? So what do you do? What you do is that you add one more to open. So basically your open will now become 2 instead of 1, right? Now since your depth increased from 1, like since it's 2, it means that we went inside the main parentheses, right? So what will we do? We have a thing called result, okay? You have a result array right here. What will you do? You'll basically add that open parentheses into this. Alright? Now what is the reason? The depth is 2. Because since the depth is 2, this parentheses will never go away, right? Only if your depth is 1, you have to worry about the outermost parentheses going off, right? Now since the depth is 2, we can be sure that this parentheses will be there in our answer for sure. Alright, so now we came across this. Now let's move across this one. Alright, this is a close parentheses, right? So what does that mean? That basically means that this is contrasting to one of the open parentheses we already have. Alright, so we can add that also to our answer. We'll decrement the value of 2 to 1. Okay, now we'll change the value of open from 2 to 1. Why? Because we exited depth 2, right? Now we are going back to depth 1. Because inside depth 2 we covered the parentheses already. So now we'll go to depth 1. And for depth 1, we'll just go across this and we won't do anything. Alright? So basically, what's our answer? We have to output the resultant array as your answer. Alright. So that's basically how you solve this. Hopefully, you guys got the idea. Alright. Now, let's try and code this thing out. But first, I'll give you guys a while to try and do it by yourselves. and then we can work on doing it together. All right. Okay. Okay. Let's try and code this thing out. All right. So let me take my Chrome real quick. All right. Fine. So this is what we'll be doing. All right. Now in the beginning, we'll be setting a thing called opened. All right. This will basically be your, I'm sorry, we'll set answer first, okay, because this is what you will be outputting at the end. Answer will be an empty list, right? Then we'll have a value called opened. Open will be 0. Now this basically says in which depth we are, right? So initially we are at depth 0 because we didn't start iterating it. All right. So now what will you do? Now you will just go through every single character inside the string, right? So for I in S, all right. If I is an open bracket, for example, right, and opened is more than 0, which basically means we are at some depth more than 1. Basically, we're in the inside area. What can we do? We can just directly append that to answer, right? Then we can do if I is equal to closing bracket, and let's see here, yeah, and open is actually here it should be more than 0 because that is our first depth. All right. Now, if it's closing bracket is more than 1, now is when you have to output answer dot append is equal to I. Now, the reason being is that along with the opening bracket, you need its contrasting closing bracket to also come inside your answer array, right? So the reason we're doing opened is more than 1 is because after the current statement or after the current iteration of the for loop is over, we'll again go back by 1 depth. All right. Now these are the main statements. Apart from this, we have to just increment or decrement the value of opened, right? So we can just write if I is equal to open bracket. What do? We do opened plus equal to 1, right? Else we just do opened minus equal to 1. That's basically it. Then at the end you return answer. Now according to me this should work. Let's see if it works. Okay, this is not defined. Okay, they gave us capital S here. We'll use capital S itself. Let's see now. Okay, wrong test case. Let's see what happened here. Oh, we should return the joined version of this. So this dot join answer. Right, this should work. Let's see now. And there you go. It works. Let's submit. And there you go. That's how you solve this problem. Alright, we got a successful submission right here. Alright. So yeah, that's basically the first question that is solved. Let's go through some of the other questions. What are there? Alright. So yeah. Okay, so I'll be switching back to my Strivers page. Let's see here. The first question is now solved. Right? I'll sign in with Google. Hold up. Okay. Let's just choose my name and stuff. Some basic info. And alright. Now you can mark the first thing as solved. Alright. Now that's basically done. We'll move on to the second question in a bit. Alright, first let's wait for some other people to join. Alright, let's try and solve the second question that is there. Alright, reverse words in a given string or basically to check for a parent row. Alright, let's see how this works. Okay, so given an input string S, reverse the order of words. Alright, so basically they'll be given you an input string like this, right? They need you to reverse the words inside of it. Okay, so basically if you get the sky is blue, you have to output blue is sky there. Alright, actually pretty easy, right? So basically I'll be explaining my thought process behind this. Alright, let me just hop on the whiteboard real quick. Okay, so let me say how this works basically. Let me erase all this. Okay, so basically how this works is that you will be given, let me just adjust the view of it. Okay, so you will be given a few words. Okay, now I'll be taking this as a string itself, or like, okay, let's take it as a string, it's much easier to understand. Alright, I'll be taking it as a string. You'll be given a few words. Okay, now I'm not writing words, I'll just be writing 1, 2, 3, 4 for example. Okay, what's your objective? You have a string with all these words. Now there is a gap between each word, right? What is your objective? Your objective is basically that you need to output them in reverse order, right? So basically you want your answer to be 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, yeah, that's what you want your answer to be. Now how do we get that exactly? The first thing what we do is we use the dot split function. Alright, we use a dot split function and we arrange this into a list. Okay, so you'll be having a list. You'll be having 1, 2, 3 and 4 inside of it. Alright, now what do? You reverse the list, right? You reverse the list. It's easy. You reverse it and you get 4, 3, 2, 1. Then what do? You just join these words together. It's as simple as that. You join them together using the dot join function. This is what we use in our last problem as well. That's basically how you do it. Alright. Now let's apply the same logic and let's try to solve it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I give you guys a few seconds to think about this and solve it. Then in the meantime, I'll also be solving it. Alright. Yeah. Okay, so let's try and solve this first. Now what we'll do is we'll do L is equal to S dot split. Okay, this will basically split everything inside the string and add it to your list. Now we'll reverse the list, right? Yeah. Then what do? You have to join the list together. That's basically it according to me. Let's see if this functions. Okay. But the output is not okay. I'm not outputting anything. I should return this. Alright, so put a return statement over here. Now this should work. And this still didn't work. The blue is okay. But leave an empty space here as well. Because it's words, right? So in between each word, you are expected to leave an empty space as well. Alright. There you go, it works. Let's submit. There you go, that's how you solve this problem. Alright, if you have any doubts, do let me know. Alright, yeah. This question was quite simple. Let's see what comes after this. Alright. because it can't always be simple. There might be some hard ones as well. Let's see. Okay, let's go to strivers and let's see the next question that is there. Alright. Now we can check this one as well. We solve these two. Now we can go forward to the next question. Okay, let's go to the next question. Largest odd number in a string. Let's see what this is. Alright. Alright. Let's see what this is. You're given a string num representing a large integer. Return the largest valued odd integer that is a non-empty substring. So you want the largest odd integer. So what can you do here? What we can do here is, according to me, what can be done is that we have to search from the end and go forward, right? So I'll just be explaining my logic right now. Alright. So let me take a screenshot of this, right? Okay. I'll be switching over to my whiteboard. Alright. Okay. Let me erase all this real quick. Okay, so yeah, so let's solve this right now, and give me a moment. Okay, so let's see how we can solve this, right? You have to find out the largest odd number you have from your string. Okay, so here's what my idea is as of now. Okay, we'll just take the first example. We'll do example by example. All right. Now, say for example that we have 52. All right. Let's say that we have 52. So I'm just gonna put 52 over here. Now, how do you find the biggest odd number within this? What you can do is you can start from the end and go all the way to the starting. Okay, and you have to just check if it's odd or not. See, because we know that every odd number, it ends with an odd number, right? So it only ends with 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay. So we'll just be checking from the end as if it matches 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9. As simple as that. Alright. And if it is there, then we can directly output the entire thing from the beginning till that index onwards. Alright. So I'll just be showing you how that works in here. So like we'll start from 2. Okay, 2 is not a part of the odd numbers, right? So we leave that. We'll go back. Then we'll come across 5. 5 is a part of your odd number. So what we can do, we can add everything from the beginning till 5 into your answer. Your answer is 5. And you output that, as simple as that. Alright. Say for example you get 4206. In this, we can do the same thing. 4206. Okay. Inside of this, 6 is not an odd number. You go forward. 0 is not an odd number. Go forward. 2 is also not an odd number. Go forward. Even 4 is not an odd number. So you can't do anything, right? You directly output the empty string. What you get as the output. Now let's think about this. Okay. 3, 5, 4, 2, 7. Alright. In this, we start from the ending. 7 is an odd number, so we directly don't have to check anything else, because no matter what else the number is, since the ending is odd, the entire number will be odd. So we can output the entire number as our answer. Right. So that's basically how this works. Let's try and code this out. Alright. Okay, I'll be giving you guys some time to solve this, then I myself will write the code out for this. Alright. Alright, let's try and code this out. Okay, so you'll have an answer array which will be empty. Alright, now after that we'll be having an input, right? Your num is your input to go from the ending. So for I in num minus 1, so you'll go from the ending onwards. Alright, now I'll be creating a list, okay, for the characters. You have 1, you have 1, then you have 3. We only want the odd numbers, right? Then you have 5, then you have 7, and then you have 9, right? These are your odd numbers. Now, if I in L, what can we do? We can just directly return num of 0 till whichever index we are in right now. We need the index, so we'll just do for I in. We'll first reverse the entire number, or wait, we don't need to do that. For I in range, we can just write we're gonna start from len of num minus 1, or from the last index, and go all the way till the beginning. Okay. What do? We have to output numbers of 0 till the position we are at right now, right? And that's basically it. Now at the end, if you don't get that, just return answer, right? As simple as that. We do not need answer actually. We can just return empty codes. That should work. Let's submit. Okay. 4206. Okay. I think I plus 1 should be there. I plus 1. Now, if nums of I, right? Nums of I should be there. Let's try now. Yeah. Num of I. Very good works. Let's submit. That's how you solve this problem. Alright. If you have any doubts, do let me know down below. Alright. Now you can make this faster. Instead of using a list, you could probably use a set. Okay. You could probably use a set and do it. So let's try doing that actually. Let's make a set and see. It should become faster. Alright, let's see. Yeah, you know what? The syntax isn't right. Let's just put this as 1, 2, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Let's see. There you go, it works, right? Let's submit. Now this, according to me, should be a bit faster compared to lists, right? And there you go, it's much faster. We directly jump from 50% to 97%. It's much faster, right? Now this is how it works. We can analyze the complexity as well. If you want, we can do it. Let's see. Yeah, it's often, right? Yeah, that's basically how you solve it. Let's go and solve the next question. All right. So we can, let me change the view real quick. Now let's go back to Strivers. We solved this question as well. Now let's solve the next question, that is longest common prefix. All right. Let's wait for some more people to join. We have 4 more to solve within this section. All right. Yeah. Okay. Let's just go through the question right now. All right. Okay, this is the question, right? You guys can read it. Write a function to find the longest common prefix string among an array of strings. Alright, if there is no common prefix, return an empty string. That's simple enough, right? So, yeah. In this case, you have FL that is common and all, right? In this case, you don't have anything that's common because their beginning alphabets itself are different, so you can't give any common prefix from them, right? So yeah, I'll give you guys some time to try and solve this on your own. Then I will discuss on how we can solve it. All right, yeah. Okay, hopefully you guys have a proper way in which you can attempt to solve this. All right. Yeah. Okay. So I'll be giving you the basic idea for this. All right. Let me just go on to my whiteboard real quick. Okay. So let's see as to how we can solve this. Okay. Okay. So let's take all this off. Right. All right. Okay. So basically, let me just take a photo of the original question so I can show you how it works. Okay. So I'll just be taking the first question as an example in this. All right. The same logic will apply for like everything else as well. So what do you do here? Over here, you basically take the length of the first string as a reference. Okay, take the length of the first string as a reference, because see, if the length of the first string is 2, for example, say for example you only have FL, right, and you have other big strings here, as I said, flower, right, or flight, for example, your maximum length similar string is limited to the lowest value, right? Because if your first element has only length of 2, your longest common prefix can maximum only have a length of 2, right? Because if it's more than 2, right, it can't suit the first element, right? So we need the longest length in this. So for this case, we will just be assuming the first element. Okay, we'll be doing everything with reference to the first element. Okay, so I'll be explaining what I mean by that exactly. So you have here flower. Okay, now what will we be doing? We'll be going through every single element of the first element. Okay, so first we'll come across F, right? We'll come across F. We will check in every element that comes after the first element if it is satisfied or not, like if the element at that position is F or not, right? It is, right? Over here you have F. So you will move forward. We'll move forward to L. So this is a check mark. Now we'll move forward to L. Alright. Now in L what do we see? The other two elements also has L. Right? So this is also considered as a check mark. Now what? Now we come across O. Right? Now the next element has the alphabet O. That's good. But the element after that has I. Now that is a big no-no. Right? So for O, the check is not passed and we can immediately break out of the loop. Okay? Now in case your check is passed for any alphabet, you'll add that to your answers array. So you'll be having an array called answer. You'll be having F and L inside it already. Right? So you can just return this as the output that you need. As simple as that. Alright. So yeah, let's try and code this out. Alright. Okay. So here's how we solve it. Alright. You have your answer as equal to an empty string. Alright, for I in range len of string 0. Right? Because you have to go to the first string first. We'll have an like a checking variable called breaker. Now this will break the loop in case the alphabets don't match. Okay, for j in range, right, len of strings. You have to go through every single string here. Now if I is less than len of strings j, we are doing this because we don't want it to overshoot. Alright, and we can also do that and strings j of I is equal to strings of 0 of n. This basically means that it matches, right? The alphabet matches. Now, if the alphabet matches, we can directly continue, right? Else, we can set breaker is equal to 1, right? And we can break, right? Now, out of the for loop, if breaker is 1, okay, we can break immediately, right? Else, what should we do? Else, we should add it to our answer, right? So, answer plus equal to strings of 0i, as simple as that. Let me fix the syntax error. Okay. Now at the end, what do? You can just return answer directly. So not wrong, this should work. Let's try it out. There you go, it works. Let's submit. And there you go, that's how you solve this problem. Right? If you have any doubts, do let me know. Now this is 100% efficiency, right? 0 milliseconds it took. So yes, a pretty good solution. It's often squared, but that is the best way to solve this, right? So yeah. Alright, all of you, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the stream. Alright. Alright. Let's go to the next question and see what else there is to solve. Alright. So let me just switch my screen again. Let's think about the next question. Alright. So we solved this question as well. Longest common prefix is solved. Let's think about the next question, that is isomorphic strings. Alright. So let's open that up. And there you go. Right. Given two strings S and T, determine if they are isomorphic. Oh, I actually attempted to solve this earlier. Let's see if we can complete it or not. Given two strings S and T, find out if they are isomorphic or not. Alright. They are isomorphic if the characters in S can be replaced to get T. Alright. Now right here there are many ways in which you can solve this. Alright. Let's just not go into this because I tried to solve this actually. There are so many edge cases within this that is just not viable to solve. Alright. Let's go to the next question. Alright. Let's check this question out. Oh, sorry. Rotate string. Alright. Given two strings S and goal, return true if and only if S can become goal after some number of shifts on S. Alright. So, yeah. Basically, it is find out if it's a rotation or not. So you have to find out if S can become a goal after you rotate um, S, right? So here, if you rotate S once, you will get B, C, D, E, A. If you rotate it again, you will get C, D, E, A, B, right? Just this, so it's real. Now, say for example, it's something like this, right? You won't get it, so you just directly output false. Okay, so let's just see if we can solve this. All right. So let's think about it. What do we have to do? We have to check every single rotation, right? We have to check every single rotation of S. Now, how do you rotate a string normally? We can just pop characters from the beginning and put it into the end, right? So let's create a limit first of all, right? N is equal to length of string, or S I should say rather, right? Okay. Now what we can do is that for I in range n, right, we can keep on rotating the string. Okay, so now how do you like rotate it? You pop it. Okay, so like what we can do is we can just do s dot append s of 0. This basically means you take the first element, you append it to the end, right? Then we can do s dot pop of 0. As simple as that. Now we can check if s is equal to goal. We can just return true directly, right? Else you can just return false at the end. That is how I think you can solve it. Let's see if this works. Okay, you can't add this to append. So s of str len, len of s, or sorry, c plus equal to, right? Yeah, c plus equal to, we can add this last element, which is going to be s of -1 or s of 0 rather, right? And we should remove, I forgot this is in the list, so you can't use list functions in this. So you can just do s is equal to s of 1 onwards, right? As simple as that. Let's see. There you go, it works. Let's submit. And there you go, that's how you solve this problem. It's a quite easy problem to solve. It's not too hard or difficult, right? Yeah. It's pretty basic. Guys, again, don't forget to like and subscribe if you're enjoying this stream right now. Yeah, we'll move on to the next problem in a while. Alright. I should just be showing it the other way. Let's just do this. It's much easier to see. My apologies. Okay, let's think about the next questions what we can solve. All right. So let's move on to strivers again. We solved this. Let's solve one more question, then let's wrap up our stream. All right. 5 questions are solved. Good. Okay, fine. Let's go to the last question. Check if two strings are anagrams of each other. Let's see if we can solve this. Okay. We should basically check. Okay. Given two strings S and T, return true if T is an anagram of S. Alright. So basically what are like anagrams? Anagrams are basically strings that have the same amount of alphabets inside them. Right. So if you check here, you have A, you have 3 A's inside this. You also have 3 A's inside this. Okay. Think about N. You have one N here, you have one N here. Then you have gram, gr, and you also have a same things over here as well. So basically what we should do is take the count of each element and check if they are same or not. As simple as that. Alright. So here's the best way I can do it. I can create h1 and h2. Okay, I can create 2 hash sets. Okay. So for I in S, right? If I not in h1, I can directly add h1 of I is equal to 1 because it occurred one time, right? Else I can just do h1 of I plus equal to 1, right? Now the same thing we can repeat for our next string as well, right? So I can just do for I in T, right? It's T itself. Then if I not h2, even here it will become h2, right? And here as well it will become h2. Okay. Now that's how it's done. So if I return h1 and h2 now, if I just return h1 for instance, it will show me the dictionary what I have, right? So we'll just output the dictionary. It'll basically show you what you stored inside of it. Alright, wrong answer. See, you get something like this, and that's what you need. Okay, so now for keys, comma, values in h1.items. Okay, we'll just take both. I don't think we need both, we'll just take both. Okay. We'll also have a value called breaker over here as well. Okay, basically in case thing is not there, we can directly break out of it. Alright. Okay. If keys not in h2, you have to first check if it's in h2 or not. Okay, if it's not in h2, you can just return false, right? Or we can check, and I'm sorry, it should be and h1 of keys is not equal to h2 of keys. You can also check that the occurrence is the same, because in here if we have 1g for example, we need 1g in this as well, right? So yeah, it's as simple as that. And h1 of keys is not equal to h2 of keys, we can output false. Now this same thing you can repeat for the next dictionary as well. You have to do it for both dict1 and dict2 because one dictionary can be bigger than the other. Alright, so I can just do something like this, right? And at the end, if none of these conditions get executed, I can just return true as the output, right? Let's see. Okay, let's see. Keyword error T. Where is T in here again? Keys on his memory. It's not equal. Let's see the error being faced right here. Okay. Keyword error T. Let's see what is going wrong. It's not items, it's h2 dot items. if keys, okay, we got to the error with rat and car. So we'll first go through rat, right? For keys, values, and items, you have RAT. So you'll come across R first. Now keys will basically be R over here, right? If R not in H2, it is there, and H1 of keys is not equal to H2 of keys. It should actually be OR here, not AND. Let's see here. Because the thing is, we are trying to check if it's there in both the dictionaries. But if it is not there in the second one, it won't work. Right, so we have to check if it's there in the other dictionary first. Only if it is there, do we have to check if the number of occurrences are same. Alright, that's how this works. So let's submit. Okay, I'm sorry. Even here it should be OR, not AND. Let's try to do it again. And there you go. It works. That's how you solve this problem. Right? If you have any doubts, do let me know. This is pretty much the most straightforward way in which you can solve it. There can be other shorter ways, but this is, if I'm not wrong, it's O of n itself. Right? Yeah, there's multiple singular for loops. This could be considered as n-square, but yeah. Alright, so that's basically it. I don't think there's anything else to solve. We also solved this. I think we can end the stream, right? I think we can end the stream right now because we did all the questions that we had to do. Alright. Alright guys, it was fun streaming and I'll see you in the next stream. Alright, that's it for this video and yeah, goodbye.